Hi guys, Norm with you again, and we're back with a Uniden 200, Uniace 200 I mean. And what I'm going to be doing in this video is I'm going to be doing the piggyback mod to give it the mid-band. And certainly over the years, piggybacking has got a lot of bad press, but if it's done properly, then it's just as good, if not better than an EEPROM. Okay, so I've put the camera off to one side now, and I'm about to start the job. So let's first remove this red wire. Oop, lift it up and away. That's it. We only need to remove one side of it. So that's all right. We'll just suck up some of the excess solder that's there. Oop. See, I can't see how this is coming across on the camera, but well, let's do it. How many got? 18 and 9. Yep. Okay. So we're going to go here first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 again, 9. Okay, and so that's not looking too bad. But of course, what I forgot was I forgot to add some flux. So just before I do the other legs, I will just flux them like that. It's a little bit of liquid flux. I know a lot of people do use kind of a gel type flux, but this is just as good, really. It'll do the job. So in theory, the second lot should come off easier. Now, I don't know if my arm's going to be blocking this or whether this is actually going to work. Who knows? But let's see. That's looking good. And 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Just grab this chip. And there we go. Lovely. Let's just see. And all the legs are looking fairly nice on that chip. Make sure I get the notch the right way. Come on. Okay then. So that's got the chip socket in there now. That looks nice. Come on. 2, 3, 4. Come on. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, come on. 6, 8, and 9 is already done because I've done it earlier. Okay, so let's see. Okay, that's not looking too bad. The radio is back. We know the radio is fully working now with that chip socket in there. So that's going to make things a lot easier for doing the piggyback mod, and that's going to make it good. And I've been thinking, because you've got these 4 switches on the front, I know a lot of people do attach it to the tone high and low switch. So you've got kind of a high and a low for high and low band. But I quite like having high and low tone switch, and the obviously high and low power, you need that. Well, you don't really need it, I suppose, but then you've got the dim and the bright switch. And I actually kind of like that as well, because it's quite handy just to knock the brightness back. So what I'm planning to do is use the CB and PA switch for the mid-band and UK conversion, because of all the switches, that's one that I will basically, well, very, very, very unlikely to use. Okay, so as you can see now, I've removed all the wires from the switch. And of course, it's very important before you do that, that you map out which wires need to be connected to which. So obviously, when the switch is out, it's these two, and these two connect together and those two connect together. And I made a note of that. And that side it was brown and white, and this side it was red and orange. So if I just quickly join those together temporarily, like, come on, try a bit of fresh solder on iron might help. Just doesn't help having a shaky hand. So let's say red and orange, yep, and brown and white. So that's it, that's got those temporarily connected. So in theory, now make sure the other ones are out the way. And now it should work. Okay. Okay, so I've got that tidied up now. And here is the white and brown wire, essentially. Now just linked with a bit of the white wire. And this orange wire here is the red and orange. That's now just linked across. And that now makes it very tidy. And the blue and the black wires have been removed. So that leaves now a very nice switch there that can be used for the 80 channel mod. Okay, so it's all plugged back in now, and it is working. And yes, we got some white noise there, so that's looking good. And if we move up now to the frequency counter, and now the counter's had a chance to warm up, it should be pretty much spot on the frequency. So let's find out. 27,79125. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Couldn't get any better than that if we tried. So that's great. So that'll be good for the, you see, I wanted to get the frequency as close as possible so that when we do the 80 channel mod, it'll be as close as possible. And there is a Another little modification you can do, a frequency compensation board you can make, and you can switch that in when the 80 channel mod gets kicked in, but I'm hoping we won't need to do it. Now we've got the radio absolutely spot on the turkey band. Hopefully it won't be too far out on the mid band, but obviously if it is, we'll have to do the um, frequency compensation circuit. So yeah, it's coming along quite well, this little radio. It's looking good. The channel selector is certainly not looking great. I mean, it is getting better the more it's used. It is certainly improving. So that's good. I mean, what I will do is, because there's holes drilled in the top already, I will drip some isopropyl alcohol in there, and obviously we will, that will help to clean it. And then once that's done and the isopropyl alcohol is evaporated, I will then cover those holes with a bit of, I don't know, duct tape or something. Okay, so it's quite hard to actually get the isopropyl alcohol to go in those holes. I think I managed to get some in there. And so what I'll do now is I'll just twist the channel selector a few times and we'll leave it to evaporate for a good 15 minutes at least. And then when it's evaporated, we will cover the holes up, because of course whoever cleaned it before didn't think to cover the holes up. You know, leave the holes open, it's going to get dirty again. You know, it's bloody obvious, isn't it? Okay, guys, so I don't know really exactly what's going on here at the moment. I did dribble some isopropyl alcohol into the holes on the top of the channel selector in an effort to clean it. And, you know, I whizzed the channel selector around a few times. And this is what we got now. The channel selector is fucked. It's like some channels are not showing up at all, some are partially working, like 17. I mean, that's perfect. 16, no, 15, 14, 13. So I don't know why that's gone like that, to be honest with you, because it's been certainly like 3-4 days now. So if there was any residual isopropyl alcohol still in the channel selector switch, it would have evaporated by now. And 1, 2, that's fine. 3, not quite. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, so there's something drastically wrong with this channel selector. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take out the channel selector, and the only thing I can think of is to bathe it in some isopropyl alcohol for like a week or something, and just let that isopropyl alcohol completely soak into every part of it, and then let it dry out for like another week, and maybe that will do it. Because there is, I mean, this is absolutely no good as it is. It's totally fucked. So yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? I mean, the rest of the radio, it seems like we're bringing it back online. It's looking good, and then this happens. So, and what can you do? I mean, I can't just go on eBay and buy another channel selector for one of these because they don't exist. Okay, so that took a little bit longer than it should have done, but I've now got the channel selector board out, and we can see here there are some very sketchy connections, but I think they are all contacting, and looking good. You can see here a lot of flux residue on that. And it does seem to be working better now I've took it out. So I think what I need to do is desolder the actual channel selector itself from this board. I was thinking of just disconnecting this ribbon cable and then dunking the channel selector in some isopropyl, but I don't want to get this channel display wet. I mean, the actual display itself does seem to be all good. It does seem to be just this selector is bad. So let me now desolder this selector. Okay then, so that's the channel selector out. And now I can bathe this in some isopropyl alcohol. That's about the only thing I can think to do, and other than splitting it apart, which could be completely drastic, and there may not be any way of getting it back together. So I think since it's already got some holes in, if I soak this entire thing in isopropyl alcohol for, I don't know, a few days or a week, and then let it evaporate for a week or so, maybe that will do it. Okay, so there's the channel selector in a noodle pot and covered up with IPA, isopropyl alcohol. Hopefully, this can't make it any worse because it's no good the way it was. So this will be either a kill or cure. It'll either fix it or it won't. And the bubbles you see coming up there then is good. That's the IPA getting into places where it needs to clean the thing. And so what I'll do is every couple of days or so, I'll just keep topping up the IPA so it doesn't all dissolve. And after about a week or so, I'll take out the channel selector, and then we'll leave it to set for maybe another week, and then we'll put it back in and see if it's any better. I mean, it certainly cannot be any worse. So, yeah, join me in about a week, and we'll try putting this thing back in.